All right, man. Let's talk about the Detroit Lions. Right, Golden Tate says he makes a controversial take on Matt Stafford and Aaron Rodgers, and I'm glad I didn't have a knee-jerk reaction. All right. Sometimes your initial reaction ain't your marinate like net bones do, like country. You ain't say reaction. So, like after the football game, you have to give your knee-jerk reaction. But when you got stuff like this, sometimes I like to just sit on it, and then we can have those conversations. So let's talk about check out Detroit Lions Play. Let's share the video, subscribe to the channel, right? So this is the second time I'm cutting this video because I was on mute last time, right? Which I don't like, but I want this house. I'm gonna try to keep it as organic as I can for this video. Now, I wanted to point out. I just want to talk about Golden Tate for a minute, and we kind of get to exactly what I want to get to Golden Tate for a minute with Detroit before I actually get to what he said, right? So one of the things about Golden Tate when he got to Detroit, it was that he was the most prominent free agent they had in the last 21 years, in my opinion, right? He was the most successful. Him and Glover Quinn are the two most successful free agents that I can think of that they brought in Detroit, right? Now, before we brought him to Detroit, people remember that he ended up in Detroit because it was a pass catching heavy draft. All right. It was a pass catching heavy draft. And that's how he ended up going to Detroit, right? He went to Detroit because for one, it was a snowstorm and they got to chop up more numbers and he ended up staying, but he couldn't really get the number he was looking for from Seattle to Detroit because of how deep the draft was at pass catcher. Now, this was the guy that the Lions was rumored to draft for Sammy Watkins. It was a lot of speculation. It was a lot of rumors, and I think the rumors was true. They had a video of Sammy Watkins actually working out or work out the Pistons, and they was seeing Jim Caldwell salivating over him. And honestly, he didn't live up to the bill. Once you look at the top five of his draft, there's only one guy that lived up to the bill. That's Khalil Mack. Jalavion Clowney has it. Greg Robertson. Remember, he got in trouble this past year, last year, before the pandemic, for taking something across the board and he wasn't supposed to. Blake Bortles didn't live up to the hype. You look at the next five: Jake Matthews, Mike Evans, Justin Gilbert, Anthony Barr, Ebron. Only guys that lived up to the bill that's successful is Mike Evans and Anthony Barr, right? So you look at the top 10, you only got a success rate of, in my opinion, 1, 2, 3. I think Jake Matthews too doing pretty good. So sorry, I think Jake Matthews. So you got a success rate of a few people. Hold on. You got a success rate of a few people here, man. But ultimately, once they took Golden Tate, we didn't think we was gonna move up for Sammy Watkins. We didn't think we still was gonna take a pass catcher. We didn't think we was gonna end up with Ebron, right? And if they did take a pass catcher, it should have been Odell Beckham Jr. at that point, or I think Jarvis Landry went in this draft as well too. Didn't Jarvis Landry go in this draft? I don't know where he went. Let's see. I don't know. Jarvis Landry definitely went in this. I thought he was in this draft. So you got Calvin Benjamin, Buchanan. So I thought that Jarvis Landry was in this draft, and maybe I'm tripping. But really, have they took any of the next 1, 2, 3, 4? Had they took anything of the next 6 picks, I would have been happy with that. Lewan, Odell, Aaron Donald, Kyle Fuller, Ryan Shazier, Zach Martin. Shazier had the little accident, but he was a successful football player. Had they took any of those guys, I definitely would have been happy with the results. But they took Golden Tate and still end up taking Eric Ebron when they could have took Lewan or Aaron Donald. They needed a defensive presence. They said the old offensive line coach said he begged them, maybe he would take Aaron Donald, and they said he was simply too small. And at the end of the day, we have a history of undersized interior linemen being all-time greats of John Randall and Warren Sapp. So I don't understand why that should have stopped them. But like I said before, man, I always remember that Golden Tate got caught in a snowstorm, and really his money got hit in the offseason because how deep the receiver class was that year. You had, I think if you're talking about the most successful guy there, I think right now it's Mike Evans. Okay, Odell when healthy, most definitely he's right there. But I think Mike Evans was the most successful. Calvin Benjamin could have been, but he wasn't. So Jarvis Landry actually won the second round in that draft. So, but let's move on. So let's get to the topic of discussion. So we got a situation in where Golden Tate made a comment. So I'm gonna play the audio. So give me a minute. He made a comment, so I don't want to show the video, but here we go.
Let's do the Stafford thing, because the Stafford has this thing where he's been in the league years and years. Everybody respects him. All the players love him. All the talent. He's never won a playoff game. If he plays this whole season and doesn't win a playoff game, he would become the quarterback who started the most starts in NFL history without winning one. He has this Carmelo Anthony thing going, where he's really talented. Everybody loves him. Never wins squat. Was that Detroit failing him? Because it looks like it was right now after 3 games.
Yeah. I mean, it's hard to win championships, no doubt, but it takes a lot of pieces.
What a wild card game.
But look, I will say this.
Go on.
I say if you take Matthew Stafford and Aaron Rodgers and you switch their situations, I think, me personally, I think Matthew Stafford is equally, if not more, successful than Aaron Rodgers.
Wow.
Personally.
Mm-hmm.
If you're saying if Rodgers was in Detroit, he would have had no more success than Stafford did.
It would have been tough on him. Would have been tough on him. Now, I think Aaron would have been a little bit more vocal and kind of, press issues a little bit more. And I think Stafford, as you see, he's kind of he's just a good old boy. I just want to play football. Mm-hmm. I'm going to trust in the people around me to bring it in. But, he did that for so long, and it got to the breaking point where he just flat out said, hey, look, I think it's in our both best interest for me to go somewhere else and you guys to move on to someone else. And I see Stafford absolutely thriving. And when I saw that he signed with the Rams, I was FaceTime. Hey, bro.
Yeah.
What's up, man? How you doing? Nice to see you.
So that was ex-Lions receiver on Good Morning Football, which is one of the most trashiest TV shows, football. He's the most trashiest. I'd rather watch Pro Football Talk if anything. The most trashiest fucking football show ever. It's so just, I'm not gonna say it, but what I believe. But at the end of the day, I didn't have a knee-jerk reaction to this. I did have a knee-jerk, but I didn't comment on it. And my thing is this. I do think Aaron Rodgers make people better. I don't think Golden Tate, I don't think he made anybody better. I think, and me and Luke Cage, we argued about this. He got his opinion. I just think Golden Tate got more opportunities in Detroit. He went from a run-first offense in Seattle to a throw-first in Detroit, and he got more opportunities. So I'm really not trying to hear that. I just think Stafford ain't never made nobody better. I don't think even in LA he's making anybody better. I just think the system is making him better. I think he got better play, but he doesn't. I see Aaron Rodgers take 4th, 5th string receivers, and he wins multiple games. You see what I'm saying? Stafford is just not a winner. Aaron Rodgers, he won a Super Bowl. He living off that Super Bowl. He lost so many big playoff games and stuff of that nature. Remember, Jay Cutler got injured in the Super Bowl, the NFC Championship game to win the Super Bowl too. So I'm not saying Aaron Rodgers is the ultimate winner like Tom Brady. I think Aaron Rodgers should be compared to Peyton Manning. Tremendous talent that just doesn't have that winning mechanism in him, or that winning genetic. He's a talented guy. If you look at Aaron Rodgers' playoff record, I'm really kind of caught in between, honestly. I'm a guy that's actually caught in between what he's saying, but I think Rodgers would have won a playoff game in Detroit. I think he would have won multiple playoff games. We forgetting there's been games where Matthew Stafford can win to make the playoffs, or he could win for them to win a division, and he didn't show up. So Stafford is very talented. I thought that he needed the talent around him, and he needed the perfect situation, or close to the perfect situation, to win. And I'm thinking in that situation, people say, well, look, he doing in LA. Of course, LA got Cooper Kupp, who the best slot receiver. Robert Woods, a really good receiver. He got one of the best offensive minds in football. And he also got 2 of the top 5 players on defense, 3 in the top 30 with Leonard Floyd, or whatever his name is in there. And then 2 top 5, or whatever you want to rank them. Ramsey, the best corner, and Aaron Donald, the best defensive lineman, period. So, I mean, come on. Let's not act like he didn't have help in Detroit. In a playoff game versus Dallas, he had Golden Tate. He had Calvin Johnson. He couldn't score in the 4th quarter. He also had a number 1, a number 2, a number 3 ranked defense. So for them to say Detroit ain't done nothing, if you put Aaron Rodgers, you give him Golden Tate, Calvin Johnson, right, and you give him the number rank or top 3 defense, I pretty much think Aaron Rodgers is probably going to take that and go to the Super Bowl and probably win. So no, Stafford doesn't have that. He doesn't have that intangible that Rodgers. He don't have that winning. You can win with him, no doubt. I think the situation for him, it doesn't have to be as perfect as Stafford, but no, I think if Aaron Rodgers in Detroit, he wins a Super Bowl that year, they lost to Dallas. That's my opinion. They win a Super Bowl, no doubt in my mind. You know, you give them Joy Bell, Reggie Bush out the backfield, I think it was. Golden Tate was a top 10 receiver, in my opinion. When he got to Detroit, he just got more opportunities and people got a chance to see it. Calvin Johnson, I mean, come on. You had Eric Ebron. And I just think Ebron and Stafford had issues throwing the tight ends, but also with the tight ends that he did have in Ebron, in Pettigrew, he threw the ball too hard for them. You see, Ebron had the most success in the league when Andrew Luck threw a more catchable ball. And it's not Stafford. Stafford just got a rocket. But no, I don't agree with that statement. And also, people talking about what Stafford asked. He said Stafford asked out of Detroit. Finally, no, Stafford left Detroit. It was a situation to rebuild, but Brad Holmes and Dan Campbell didn't let him dictate keeping Darrell Bevell. People forget that. He didn't let them dictate keeping Darrell Bevell. Okay? That's what people forgot. He ultimately left because they didn't want to retain Darrell Bevell as offensive coordinator. That's why that was the last straw. That was the last straw. Had they kept Darrell Bevell, he still would have been in Detroit. So at the end of the day, I see what Golden Tate trying to say. He's just not a winner. He didn't win in Georgia. And he hasn't won Detroit. And when you put him in one of those win or go home type of games, I'm very anxious to see how he performs. They said to me, I didn't see the game this weekend. When he played Tampa, he started off jittery and making mistakes. He was 1 for 6. So I don't know if he that guy. We just got to see him in that must-win situation. And even if it's like him, and let's say the football team make it, and if even him versus the football team in a game they should be favored by 10 in or 7 in, I still want to see him in that game to see if he can get over that hump. Even with all the talent around him, when you put Stafford in a must-win situation in Detroit, he's been in those situations. He hasn't shown up. His performance has been the performance that's been the worst. His performance against Matt Flynn was the worst. When you put him in a must-win situation, win and go home, or win and go to the playoffs, or win a division, he's been in those big places in Detroit. He's been in those situations and he's failed time and time again. So I'm looking forward to see him in those playoff matchups. But right now, when you got 2 of the top 5 defensive players, you got 2 of the best. You got the best corner, the best defensive tackle. You got the best slot receiver. You got one of the best offensive minds. You should succeed. It ain't like the nigga went to the New York Giants and he succeeded. It's not like he went to the Jaguars and he went to the premier team that made multiple trades all year. I mean, multiple trades throughout the years to have a veteran team. So I think if they had Cam Akers, they might run the table, at least in the regular season. So, hey, let me know what you guys think, man. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. Best way to donate. Want to make a financial donation? Cash App, CJ Good 313. Venmo, CJ Good 313. PayPal link in the description. Best way to donate. Share the video, subscribe to the channel. Thumbs up. All the good stuff. You can find me on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. Want to advertise the channel, video, question, chop it up. Appreciate the love, support. One time for the one time. Mercy Sports Talk. Peace.